So today I'm going to continue the Śrīmālā Sutra's embracing the true Dharma. So as you can recall, the contents of the Śrīmālā Sutra can be divided into 4 parts. Now we are at the second parts, the causal practice, the causal practice of one vehicles. And we finished talking about the infinite merits of the Tathagata, and then the 10 great holdings and the 3 great aspirations. And today we are going to talk about embrace the true Dharma. So for the second part, that the causal practice of the one vehicle, it actually can subdivide it into 3 parts. First, taking refuges. So we generate faith in Tathagata. And the second, making vows. So Śrīmālā make 10 great upholdings and 3 great aspirations. And today is taking actions, embrace the true Dharma. Actually, embrace, I'm not sure how close this English terms to Chinese term or Sanskrit term. Actually, embrace meaning that not just that you understand it, it become part of you. Okay, so it's like you absorb this true Dharma in you, and then you benefit from it. And that's called embracing. So that kind of embracing need to achieve it through practice, taking actions. And so the story in the Śrīmālā continues that after making the 10 upholdings and the 3 great aspirations, of course, Buddha praised the Śrīmālās a lot. And then through the approval of the Buddha, and Śrīmālā continued to talk about embracing the true Dharma, because everything, all the aspiration, all our vows, here, Śrīmālā says that, Lord, the Bodhisattva aspirations, as numerous as the sands of the Ganges, are all consolidated into one great aspiration, namely the embrace of the true Dharma. Thus, the embrace of the true Dharma is truly the great aspiration. In other words, all the Bodhisattva needs to make vows in order to attain the Buddhahood. But all the vows, all kinds of vows that different Bodhisattva made, actually can be consolidated. It's only one vow. That vow is embracing the true Dharma. So this embracing the true Dharma is very important, and also is the key that if any Bodhisattva can attain the Buddhahood or not. So all the Bodhisattva need to go through this stage of truly embracing the true Dharma, and then they will attain the Buddhahood. So the sutra continue. Śrīmālā told the Buddha, say that, Lord, the vastness of embracing the true Dharma is indeed innumerable, countless. It encompasses all Buddha Dharma and embraces 84,000 practices. So from this very short sentence, actually, it indicates the scope of the so-called embracing the true Dharma. So it's innumerable. Everything is in this embracing the true Dharma. And then all the Buddha Dharma, Buddha teach all kinds of sutra, different teachings, different practices, 84,000 practices, all come from this embracing the true Dharma. So the teaching scope of this great vows, the great aspiration is actually everything. And so Queen Śrīmālā used 4 similes to explain why this embracing the true Dharma has such a great power. So I'll quickly go through the 4 similes, and it's worthwhile to mention because it shared the origin of the universe with the Dharma. Okay, so first simile is just like the content goes, just like in the primordial stage of the universe, the great clouds was scattered pervasively by the great wind, which pour down different colors of rains and all kinds of treasure. Likewise, embracing the true Dharma would pour down countless rain of merits and innumerable rain of wholesome roots. So let's refresh a little bit about Buddhist cosmology. On your right, it's from the bottom up. This bottom is the primordial stages of the universe, and it goes to your left. That the first step is the voidness, and then there is a wheel of wind, and then it generates, it aggregates clouds, and the clouds pour down the water, the wheel of water, and then go to the wheel of gold, and then earth, the wheel of earth. And all this figure was described in Śrīmālā Sutra, that how this universe formed. Okay, so the first similes talk about the wind, how the wind aggregates the water and pour down the rain. And so this similes described that how embracing the true Dharma was the base or the noumenon, okay, noumenon of everything, that it forms, initiate, this universe. And then second part on top, and we will talk about that later. And the second simile is like embracing the true Dharma. Just like in the primordial era of the universe, the aggregation of the great water form a great cyclism, and thereafter 40 billions of different continents. And likewise, embracing the true Dharma would give birth to countless Mahayana realms, all bodhisattva super knowledge or mundane happiness and satisfactions, and all supramundane bliss not previously experienced by gods and men. So this refer to here. So the first stage of the primordial era, that the wind and the water, and later on it generate earth, and this earth support further to for example, the mountain merit, and four continents, 4 major continents from the south. We are in the south, called Jambu, Saha world. And then north is Uttarakuru, okay. East is, I don't know how to pronounce it, east and west. There are 4 major continents and numerous other continents. And among the continents, there are many world. So this embracing the, let's go back. Embracing the true Dharma, after it initiate its functions, and then it has the ability to give birth to all the realms, you know, and all the super knowledge, everything that we can get from the true reality that would happen. And then the third, now we have the earth that has all kinds of, have so many continents and world. And then further, the embracing the true Dharma has more solid phenomenal function. The first stimulus is from Newman perspective, and the third and fourth stimulus refer to the phenomenal function. So embracing the true Dharma is just like the great earth support for heavy weights. What are the 4? The first, okay, put the heaviest, the great ocean. So you can see that these are the oceans, and the center is the mountain Meru. Okay, so Sumeru. Okay, and so, and the second, all the mountains. The third, all graces and trees, and the fourth, all sentient beings. In other words, you know, the ocean is the biggest and the heaviest, and the sentient being, the living beings live on top of it, actually relatively small. And likewise, good men and women who embrace the true Dharma establish the ground likened to the great earth to support 4 great duties. So after practitioners who really can embrace the true Dharma, okay, build up the foundation, you know, from from the noumenon, the true essence of the existence, and then it built up the foundation to support everything, and then it has the phenomenal functions to support the 4 great duties. What are the 4? So this is a simulate. The first, for those who commit wrongdoings without virtuous mentor and the correct understanding of the Dharma. Okay, that belongs to the heaviest because it has a lot of them. And then the practitioners who embrace the true Dharma will mature them with the virtuous roots of heaven and heaven human deeds. Okay, and the second duty is for those who seek arhatship, then they teach them the Sravaka vehicle. And third, for those who seek self-enlightenment, teach them the Pratyeka Buddha vehicle. And the fourth, for those who seek the Mahayana, teach them the great vehicle. And as you can see, the number of those who belongs to the first one, the heaviest, has a lot of them. And then the fourth, those who seek Mahayana are relatively few, quite not much. Okay, so but no matter what, embracing the true Dharma can support these 4 duties, 4 responsibility that, they all can support them, and then later mature them and to embrace the true Dharma eventually, okay? And then the 4th stimulus is like this, the power of embracing the true Dharma is just like the earth's ground buries 4 kinds of valuable treasures. What are the 4? The first, priceless treasure. Second, expensive treasure. Third, moderate price treasure. And 4th, lower price treasure. Different value, but they are all treasures, okay? All very valuable treasures. So likewise, the virtues of heaven, human deeds, the Sravaka vehicle, the Pratyeka Buddha vehicle, and the great vehicle, Mahayana, are the 4 valuable treasures. And then embracing the true Dharma is indeed the great treasures land, okay? So this embracing the true Dharma is just like a great treasure land that has these 4 kinds of treasure. That means even though it seems like the price, has different, but they are all treasures. And embracing the true Dharma can support them. In other words, Queen Śrīmālā tried to correct the wrong views about some people will criticize, like, oh, you are 2 vehicles and I'm the Mahayana, I'm higher, and just forget the 2 vehicle, you are too selfish. So we need to practice Bodhisattva path and then become Mahayana. That's higher. That's a wrong view, because this true Dharma actually support 4 of them. They don't make discrimination, and they actually exist at the same time. Okay, so all these are treasures, and so in those who embrace the true Dharma, if you are really embracing the true Dharma, you are the great treasure land that support these 4 kinds of treasures. And from these 4 simulate, I need to recap a little bit about last time we talked about what is wrong if we don't embrace the true Dharma. If you forget to embrace the true Dharma, then one forgets the true Dharma, and one forget the great vehicle, and one forget the perfections, the paramitas, and then so on and so forth. And the 4 major points is about the true Dharma, the great vehicle, Mahayana, and the perfections, paramita. So today's the main content is to talk about what is the embracing of the true Dharma. And our Queen Śrīmālā used the 3 aspects: the true Dharma, the paramita, and the 1 vehicle to explain it. So the true meaning of embracing the true Dharma. I summarize first, and then I'll conclude with the same slides. The following teachings are talk about 1 thing, that the 3 wheels, embracing the true Dharma, means there is an embracer embracing the true Dharma. So embracer is the grasper, And the true Dharma is the grasp. And embracing is the action. So this is called three will. And Śrīmālā tells us that the actions equal to the grasp. The action equal to the grasper. In other words, the subjective mind equal to the practice, equal to the objective things. So subjectivity, objectivity, and the Dharma are the same. And oftentimes we hear about those three are empty, right? That's correct. But the problem is how we understand the emptiness. And in this Śrīmālā Sutra, we will talk about the true meaning of the emptiness. It's not like nothing, okay? It's not like disappear. It has different meaning. But here, today we will talk about how Śrīmālā explain that these three wills are equal, and why embracing the true Dharmas make them all equal is the true embracing the true Dharma. Okay. Now, first is the embrace of the true Dharma. You know, the part on your left, right is the embrace of the true Dharma is the true Dharma. Okay. Śrīmālā continue, Lord, embracer embrace the true Dharma is no different from the true Dharma, neither from the embrace of the true Dharma. Okay, it's kind of repeating, but it means different. Okay, the true Dharma is indeed the embrace of the true Dharma. So that's what we are talking about. That the three wills, we talk about the two wills on your right first. Embracing the true Dharma, this action, this practice is actually equal to the subject, the object, the true Dharma. So when we are practicing something, actually practicing is equal to that something. Just like, you know, when we practice Hua Tou, you know, I'm asking Hua Tou, what is Wu? What is Wu? I'm asking Hua Tou, I'm practicing Hua Tou. But eventually, ultimately, the Hua Tou, you lost the sense of I'm practicing because the Hua Tou is the practicing. So only Hua Tou left. So the Hua Tou, the Tao sensation, is your practice and is also the method, the Dharma. Okay, that's the what's the point here. So the problem is, what is the true Dharma? And Śrīmālā conclude all the Dharma into the sixth paramita. The sixth paramita is actually the method or the practice, the method of practice that help us to achieve the Buddhahood. And so it's a sixth paramita itself is a big topic. So I can only briefly touch a little bit. Śrīmālā says that, Lord, it is not different from the embracing the true Dharma is no different from the paramita, neither from the embrace of the true Dharma. So embracing the true Dharma is indeed the paramita, the perfections. This sentence means embracing the true Dharma, the practice. We are practicing. When we are practicing, that means we want to improve ourselves. We want to, you know, get rid of the vexation and, you know, avoid the ignorance, we want wisdom, and that kind of benefit to our own self. So we practice, we embrace the true Dharma. And now it's equal to the 6 paramita. And 6 paramitas is mainly to benefit others. So here, Queen Śrīmālā clearly tells us that benefiting our own self is benefiting others. This become one. That's the true practicing of the 6 paramita, and that's the true meaning of embracing the true Dharma. If we practice the paramita, we only benefit ourselves without benefiting others. That's not a true embracing of the true Dharma, and vice versa. So how to practice the 6 paramita so that, you know, benefiting others is equal to benefiting ourselves. So here, Queen Śrīmālā continue. Okay, first, the paramita of dana, or giving or generosity. The sutra goes, why good men and women who embrace the true Dharma mature any sentient beings by giving, if they are ones who can be mature by giving. Okay, here is the thing. We oftentimes, you know, offering money, food, help, or time, whatever we offer, what belongs to us or what we have to others to practice dana or practice generosity. But a lot of times we generate, not just that we generate more vexation by doing so, but also we did not make the other better. So that even upset ourselves more. You know, I try to help that person, and that person is so greedy, and then she become even greedier. She, you know, craving more. And should I continue? You know, here, for those who can be mature by giving, then we practice giving. And if you can identify those who can be mature by giving, you can even offer the body and organs to fulfill sentient beings' wishes and mature them. For example, you know, some people need a piece of liver. Will you donate your liver, part of your liver, to them? Or a kidney, you know, and retina, when you die, or after you die, are you willing to donate your body or the organs to help others? You know, that can give other people a new life. So that is the practice of giving, you know, from giving a little things to even give your body and organs to sentient beings. And that enables sentient beings to establish the true Dharma by maturing them. This is the paramita of dana. Now, practicing this paramita has two. We talk about that. We need to benefit our own self and also benefit others. And likewise, we need to overcome. We practice paramita of dana, try to overcome attachment, miscellaneous, and stinginess. Also, we help others to overcome attachment, miscellaneous, and stinginess. And that's the point. If we, by offering money to people, and then you attach more to your fame or your reputation, and that's not the paramita of dana, because you give up the things that you can afford to give away or less care, but you still attach to what you really care, you know, and that's not the paramita. And also, when we practice the paramita, you keep giving them money and food and money and food, and they become so greedy and want more from you. You did not help them to release their attachment, to lessen their stinginess, and you are not maturing them. You know, actually, you force them, reinforce their attachment. So this is very tricky when we practice the paramita of dana. Okay. And the second is for those sentient beings who need to be mature by morality. They mature sentient beings through teaching them how to guard the six senses organs, sensual organs, and purify the actions of body, speech, and mind. So why we need to practice sila? Why we need to uphold the precept or follow the ethical morality? Because we are trying to guard our six sensual organs to pursue the sensual pleasures. If we attach craving for those sensual pleasures, and we will be dragged by those pleasures, and our body, speech, and mind will not be pure. So sila, the vinaya or the precepts, are really trying to help us to guard our six sense organs. Don't look at what you shouldn't see, and don't eat what you shouldn't eat. Don't speak the words that you shouldn't speak, but it's really hard. Okay, so the six organs we need is the guard. You know, we need to watch them. If we can discipline our six sensual organs, then we will not. It's unlikely for us to do the wrong things. And then further, purify the action of body, speech, and mind. It's really hard to purify the speech and body already, but it's even harder to purify the mind, because our mind is just ever moving. You know, we have a lot of different kinds of thoughts coming out that we cannot stop them. So by practicing the paramita of sila, and then we can gradually control or discipline our body, speech, and mind. And then further, we can even correct the four etiquette, meaning while walking, standing, sitting, and lying down, according to their wishes. Okay. This is even harder, even though it sounds like easier, you know, like for adequate. You know, we are doing it every day. We are eating, walking, lying down, sleep all every day, and sitting every day. The problem is the paramita of sila means 24 hours. Our body, speech, and mind are following the precepts. We don't, you know, we walk. We are not like, you know, walking absent-minded. We're standing. We don't sit in the wrong posture. And standing as well, and lying down, we all follow the precepts. And it was these precepts are indicated in the four ordination for the monastic. We are taught to how to walk, how to stand, how to sit, and how to lie down. And that means our mind is in discipline. If our mind is not in discipline, then all these four adequate will get distracted. And this paramita of sila is trying to help us overcome compulsive negative behavior and desire. Okay, so sometimes, even though people, you know, treat us bad, you have the good reason to get angry. But because we are practicing the paramita of sila, and then we shouldn't say bad words to them. And then we need to practice to benefit ourselves. And how practice the paramita of sila can benefit others and can help others, mature others, also to overcome compulsive negative behaviors and desires. This is my practice as well. You know, why practitioners that keeping a good precepts can help others to keep their precepts. And the cases I can think of is, for example, if our master is still around, and our master, if you have seen him or get along with him, he's a typical model that he's very behaved in his four adequates. No matter what, walk, stand, sitting, lying down, you never see him like, you know, like loose up. Okay, and I remember Paul Kennedy, the Sifu's first Western disciple here at CMC. I remember he talked about Shifu's when Shifu and him are homeless one time, and then they have to sleep in the Central Park. During that time, I asked Paul Kennedy, you know, what does Shifu looks like, you know, during that time, you know, homeless. And he told me, Paul Kennedy told me that, you know, actually, I don't know because I worry myself too much. You know, I follow a Shifu that has no temple and I have no future. I worry myself so much. I kind of did not pay attention to what Shifu was doing at that time. But he quickly recalled that, you know, but one thing he was for sure is that Shifu always keep his adequate. When he lie down in a bench in the Central Park, he lie down like, you know, like what the precepts say, you know, turn to the right side, And then when he had no place to sit, he need to sit on the floor, on the street, he crossed his leg and sit upright. He didn't collapse, you know. He didn't like, you know, like we usually see the homeless on the street. They didn't keep their adequate, but Shifu always keep his adequate. Walking, standing, sitting, and lying down, even when he was a homeless. So that means Shifu's mind is always pure and clear. And he is very mindful on what he is doing. And his mindset is still with the right energy and the right concept. He was not, Paul can say, I never see Shifu worry, even in that bad situation. So keeping the precept, keeping the paramita of Sila is actually, you know, a demonstration for people around you, you know, sit upright and walk, just walking, standing upright, lying down in a good posture, and never, you know, let go of your mindfulness. And so this is a very important to practice the paramita of Sila. And then the paramita of forbearance, okay? For those who need to be mature by forbearance, if people scold, insult, or threaten him, he shows no hatred, but with beneficial attitude, which is the foremost tolerance, and even maintaining facial composture to protect and mature their mind. Okay. Don't generate hatred. That is relatively easier to do. See people mistreat you, insult you, scold you, threaten you. It's really hard to tolerate, actually, especially for no reason. You know, if I made a mistake, you scold at me, that's okay. You know, you insult me, threaten me, that's okay. But the problem is I did not do anything wrong. And just for some reason, because I'm a woman, or because I'm Asian, or because something, you know, you scold me, insult me, and threaten me, then it's unfair, right? Angry. But now, first step, no hatred. And furthermore, we need to generate beneficial attitude. How I can help the people, how I can, you know, do good to the people. This is really, really hard. And furthermore, it's even harder, maintaining your facial composture. Sometimes you can tolerate, right? You don't speak bad words. You can, you know, remain calm. But sometimes our subtle facial composture change. Sometimes our face turn to green or blue or red, or, you know, we close our mouth very tight. That still we have mental activity in there. And now it's like you relax, maintaining the facial composture, no hatred, with beneficial attitude. That's the practice of forbearance. And then if we can do that, we then can tell people how to do that. Sometimes, you know, people get angry and find me and talk about it. And I'm not a great practitioner, you know, and sometimes I cannot tolerate either. So if I cannot hold my emotion upon hearing those bad stories, how can I tell people, come, let go of your hatred and, try to be beneficial to others. It's really hard. So, but when we practice paramita of forbearance, it's kind of a parallel practice for you and for others. And then, and people can tell or can feel through your energy if you are the one who really can practice the forbearance. You have the energy to calm people and then to help people to calm down. And so this paramita is to help us to overcome anger, impatience, and intolerance. And sometimes you need to pay through the tolerance. The so-called pay is, for example, I'm sincerely really want our construction to be done as soon as it can be done, right? But the problem, the difficulties keep continuing. And it has been so many years that we cannot finish the constructions, and we try really hard. And of course, people say, oh, you have excuse, but I have to be patient. I have to be patient and not giving up. And so I have to, receive all the criticism. I have to receive all the questioning or challenge. But by practicing the paramita of forbearance, I just need to wait. We need to wait until the conditions is ready and the things will be done. Okay, so does for everyone, like when you try to achieve something or make something happen, when you make a vow and just like you cannot fulfill it, and you want to do something, it just take longer and take a lot of trouble. But we need to practice the paramita of forbearance, that, be patient. And the paramita of perseverance or diligence is the same. Like for those who need to be mature by diligence, immature these beings by not being lazy, including initiating the great aspiration, which is the foremost diligence, and even applying to the four adequate. Now, the four adequate again. So practice the fixed paramita in daily life is very important. Okay, so sometimes, you work very hard for a long time, but you just didn't get it. Sometimes you generate, I'm giving up, or, I just don't want to do it. I lost my energy. I just don't want to do anything anymore. That's not the paramita of diligence. We need to, continue this energy, the power of diligence, and not giving up, no matter what we do. And this paramita is to help us overcome the laziness of procrastination and overcome the discouragement from within and without. All kinds of things, the thoughts will come from your mind. All kinds of criticism will come from outside and discourage us to continue. And at this point, we need to recall our beginner's mind, why we make this vow. And I need to take up the power when I make this vow in the beginning, and then keep continuing. And also when you practice this paramita of diligence, people will get energy from you. Like during the past 10 years, not after Sifu passed away, we have all the chapters in the North America. Actually, people are sad, and also at some point lose energy because we have no Sifu, no Sifu. And then we only have a small CMC and far away DDRC. That's all what we have in America. And so at some point, people just don't know what to do. And then only thing, I think we have only a few Sangha members here, DDRC, and here only probably like 6 or 7 nuns in America. And then what we did is we just keep going, keep doing, keep going, keep doing. Even though we are not a great practitioners, we are relatively junior, and we cannot compare to Sifu. We are not compassionate enough, we are not wise enough, we're just not Sifu. But one thing we can do is we just do what Sifu told us to do. Even though it's only like 60% good, we just keep doing. And when we keep doing, then those people will follow us and continue, take up the energy and keep practicing and learning the Dharma, and keep supporting the temple, the centers, and try to benefit more people. And dhyana. Okay, we are the meditation center. The most important part is having an unscattered and no grasping mind, which is the more foremost mindfulness. So within, the mind is not scattered, concentrate. And without, when we're facing the environment, no grasping, that's the dhyana. No scatter inside, no grasping outside. And if really can have this mindfulness, and this person could act for a long time and speak for a long time without losing his mindfulness and making mistakes. Okay. Sometimes when we are in the Chan hall, we can meditate, right? For a long time, the mind is stable and calm. But when we go back home, we lose the power of samadhi and lose power of mindfulness. And then we don't know, we walk, we don't know, which way we go. And we keep talking, and we forgot, what did I talk about 10 minutes ago? If for a people who has a very calm mind, he can act for a long time, speak for a long time, without losing his mindfulness and making mistakes. That's so wonderful. So this is help. The paramita of dhyana is to help us overcome scatteredness, grasping, and emotions. And if we can do that, actually we can help others stabilize their minds and help teach them how to concentrate, how to let go, and how to pacify those emotions. And so benefited ourselves is benefiting others. And I go fast. Paramita of prajna, the wisdom. And here, if one practice the paramita of prajna, he can mature those who need to be matured by wisdom. When they question about all kinds of meanings, he matured them with assured interpretation in all treatises and all the fundamental theories of science and skills to protect and mature their minds. Okay, here's the thing. Assured interpretation. I have to say that when I talk about no self, I only can copy what the book says, because I personally did not experience directly what is no self. So when I try to interpret no self, I'm not 100% sure, but I only can copy what's written in the sutra and what's in the master's commentaries and try to make sense. I can tell you what makes sense to me, but I cannot say that I'm 100% sure that I'm really tell you what the no self is correctly. But for those who has the prajna, the assured interpretation. And also very important things. Okay, this wisdom is to help us and help others to overcome ignorance, confusion, indecision, and disorientation. In this pandemic, in this economic downside, you have no house, you have no jobs, you have no money. What should we do? And, what should I give up and what should I pick up? So many confusion and so many unknown. And the mind is not very stable. Buddha told us that we need to learn, we need to continue to learn the so-called Pancavidya, okay, 5 sciences. For all the practitioners, we need to learn the 5 sciences. The science of language, the science of logic. Language, if I cannot speak English, I cannot explain to Westerner, right? And science of logic, if I explain things unlogically, you get confused. But of course, here is about like science. I study biophysics, and I know about the universe. I know about the cosmology, and sometimes I can understand what's happening and then use that as this analogy or an example to explain what the Dharma is. In the science of medicine, I have no time to explain all of this. Next time I'll try to pick up some later. If we don't know how to eat right, how to make ourselves healthy, how can we tell people that this is the right way to go? Okay. And the 4th, the science of fine arts and craft, the skills. Actually, for example, if you know music, you know painting, you know, piano, you know, painting, and actually through this, you can, through these mundane skills, you can lead people to the super mundane practice. Okay, but you really need to be the master of this in order to lead people from master of mundane skills to the principles behind, go to the super mundane era. And the most important part is the so-called inner science of spirituality. That is basically for Buddhism, it's Tripitaka, the Sutra, Vinaya, and Shastra that we all need to learn in order to teach, to fulfill our wisdom practice and also to benefit others. Okay, lastly, the embracer. So Queen Śrīmālā says that embracing the true Dharma is equal to the embracer. Here, one very important thing is embracer. those people who practice embracing of the true Dharma need to renounce three things: the physical body, the life force, and the positions. Why is that? Because physical body, life force, and positions, no matter it's money, house, car, or your dignity, or your fame, or your reputations, those are your positions. Those three things are the three impermanent things that we attach to before we attain the muni. The bodhisattvas in the 10 munis, in the 10 munis, let go the physical body, life force, and positions. If we cannot let go these three things, it's impossible for us to attain the muni. And in the Dharma ending age, things will happen that the monks and nuns, male and female laymen, will become divided and frequently fight with each other, and the Sangha will be breaking up and people will be leaving. So what should we do? For those who could enjoy the true Dharma and embrace the true Dharma, will enter the companionship of true Dharma without flattery, deceit, or falsehood with magic. So that's what we need to, the practitioners need to tell ourselves. If you found that you are in very decisive situation, divisive situation, people are fighting with each other, no flattery to the preferred party, no deceit to the non-preferred party, and don't play falsehood with magic to gain respect from people, okay? And that's the right attitude for the embracer. Okay, now conclude. You know, the three wheels are equal. And equal to what? Equal to the one vehicle. So we talk about belief, in the first chapter 1, Tathagata, belief. And the second, learn about the true Dharma and practice in embracing the true Dharma. And what we next is realize the one vehicle. So all these are centered to the one vehicle. And this one vehicle is what the three wheels are equal to. So my time is up. Next topics is very important. What is the one vehicle? Ikayana. Okay. Thank you for your attention.